Hi, I thought that a safe topic, other than talking about the topics I have, and I don't know, this isn't very motivational, but it's sharing some psychic experiences I've had. Now, I first knew that I could contact the paranormal when I was about 8, 9, 10. I used to lie in bed at night and the air felt different. I could sort of like see vibrations in the air. And I was also able, believe it or not, to control weather. Now that sounds really weird, but it's all mind over matter and power of belief. And while I'm sharing this video, I'm going to go to different ages. It's not going to be chronological. It just as my memory comes up with things that I'll share. When I was about 14 at my high school, they called me the witch. And one time we had a party and it was late at night, and where the house was, they had a garage you went underneath the house, and we went down the garage to have a seance, and the garage was completely locked. There's no way any air could get in. All the windows were closed. Everything was tight. There was no breeze whatsoever. And we started to have a seance, and because the other girls saw me as the witch because of these things that I could do, I led the seance. Next minute we're talking and things just went everywhere and we freaked. Other things that I have seen, and as I said, I'm going to be all over the place, was one time I decided to help out clean a haunted house. And I went to the place, and the person who owned the house, rented the house, didn't tell me exactly where the haunting was occurring. And I walked into this room, and it was between the kids' room and the bedroom. There's this closet area. It's funny, isn't it, how closets come up in hauntings? And I said, this is the spot. And the guy went white, and I said, the person or the ghost that's haunting it is a little old Chinese man. And the guy, he was an adult. The other of a 4-year-old child went even whiter. And he said, my 4-year-old keeps saying he sees an Asian or a Chinese man. He says Chinese man, Chinese man. So that was another encounter. That very same night, I asked the ghost to go, but as we were going home, this is my husband Rob and I, were being followed, and we turned around, and Rob, it was very, very late at night, and we were down by a canal, walking along this canal, and we were being followed, and I could feel, the hair in the back of your neck, and everything gets really creepy. And I turned around, and there's this big black, can't see where, big black shape. And my husband freaked because he thought it was this guy coming to get him. So he just runs off. And because of the fear factor, this shape got bigger and bigger because bullies, they thrive on fear. So I turned, walked right into it, and just, went home. And then there's been encounters. My husband was psychic as well, and he said that one time he was with me, and I couldn't always see things, and there used to be this little kind of imp that would run around laughing around me saying, and he could see it quite clearly because I'm pretty good, I can pick up ghosts and things, but it was laughing because I couldn't see it. And on that topic, we lived in a very haunted house in Cleveland. And Cleveland's in the Redland Bay area, which is southeast of Brisbane. You go over to Stradbroke Island. We were the last place on that street there before you go and catch the ferry to the Stradbroke Island. And it was a new place, but it was haunted. And one night I knew there was something in the room. My son was being affected. Just a lot of bad stuff was happening. And I was trying to get rid of this thing. Anyway, I'm fast asleep and I got woken up by my husband saying to me, he was fast asleep, but in this voice that wasn't his, he said, "You ape, you think you can get rid of us?" And that really spooked me because this entity considered us as apes. You know how we see ourselves as humans, at top of the ladder as the intelligent? Well, this entity was telling me, compared to it, I was an ape. The same place, I was at the kitchen in the broad daylight, and on the kitchen bench, a knife swung round by itself, round and round, and I laughed and I said, "Is that all you can do?" Now, I've been at other places where I've shared this on other videos. The one I just shared about Cleveland happened around 2008, around that period. Another time, I'm about 26, so we're talking about late 1980s, and I'm with my boyfriend, and I've told you how I looked after we just made love into the bathroom, and I saw, for want of a better word, a little person, a little tiny person, all dressed in a suit, walk out from one part of the wall in right across, straight line into the other wall. And I told my boyfriend, "Hey, can you just go into the bathroom?" I didn't tell him anything of what I'd seen because, no, I was not on drugs. I did not start drugs till I was 43. I wasn't drinking then either. I was perfectly sober. So he went in, and I've explained this before, and I said, "No, come back, it's all right." And he said, "No, there's something here." And that really scared us. We got up, and I had a plant like a macrame thing, and you could feel like this thing had gone into the TV, very connected to electric sources. Anyway, this plant and this macrame thing just started swinging wildly, and my boyfriend said, "I don't know what you've invited in, but obviously it's something." And I've had seances where I've been accused of pushing it. And so I've said, "All right, you ask, let me just leave me with the glass." And the other people ask questions that I possibly couldn't know the answer to, and spelt it right. One was when my boyfriend, what happened to him that I didn't know, and apparently he nearly drowned, and I spelled out the park and that his sister saved him. And then the other guy, that he'd been stealing from the Mormons, and all this stuff came out. Now, there is so much. So I've seen orbs, I have seen ghosts, I have felt presences, I have been to haunted towns where I have been absolutely like this pressure, immense pressure. I've seen aliens. I've also said that one time we, under having a few trips, LSD, which apparently opens your third eye, saw some reptilians, because reptilians have, whether you believe it or not, I'm watching a show at the moment about famous actors and actresses who had haunted experiences, and a lady said that she saw a lizard person and was haunted, and they have slitty like yellow eyes, and we could see this in some old movies. So did you know, and I'm slightly off the topic here, that LSD was banned because it did open up our third eye? And if I've just explained a few of my things, I've seen UFOs, I have seen aliens, I have seen ghosts as real as looking at you. Sometimes they're just mists, sometimes they're just shapes. I've seen lights go on and off. Even I've got on video here that was taken in 2020. If you look where I've thrown the ball for my dog, and that was again a place that was sealed shut. There was no way a breeze could come in, and I've caught a ghost or something behind the curtain, which was a heavy doona moving. So I've actually got stuff on camera. And something else, I've got a light, I've got urns, where I'm pointing over here, I've got urns of my dogs and my husband Rob, and the last few nights, every night I talk to them, then I'll walk away and the lights come on as if there's a presence there. No, it doesn't last very long, so I'm back to my usual self. So I'm willing to share with you, if you're interested, other experiences that I've had as a psychic. I have been a very good psychic, can read people, can see ghosts, can see auras, and if you want your past read, and you've got something sensitive, don't get me to read you because it will come out. So I just thought I would share with you a few of my psychic experiences, and if you want me to share more, please leave a comment and say, love you to share more about some of your psychic experiences. But as I've said, I've made a lot of videos about this, about UFOs and aliens, and I just, as I said, thought this was quite a safe topic to make, because I can't, you might not believe in the spirit world, you might say, be very factual and scientific based and say, seeing is believing kind of thing, but I've seen and witnessed and felt some stuff, as have billions of people. And I just said, I thought it was a safe topic because the topic of drugs and the topic of talking about sexual abuse I've attracted, for want of a better word, kind of like parasitic people who, there's one person who wanted to hear more and more about my drug stories because he's still using drugs, and it kind of makes him, validates the use of drugs. Another one with my sexual abuse kind of validate, so I just want to stick to a safe topic, and so thought I would do this. And if you have any ideas for me, and let me know, and I really definitely have got to get back to singing, because singing is my passion, but I need to, download some music and do some practice and then do singing for you. Love you guys. So this has just been a harmless video about some of my psychic experiences. Enjoy your Wednesday, and please just don't plan too far ahead. Be in the moment. Live in this moment, because that's all we have is this moment. Love you guys.